Clair Obscur Expedition 33. My goodness. What a pleasant surprise this game was. Now honestly, if you're watching this video and you have no idea what the game is, I wouldn't be surprised. The marketing wasn't exactly all there for this game. Whether they didn't have the budget or what, I'm not entirely sure, but word of mouth has done its trick. And I have finally picked up Clair Obscur Expedition 33 and given it a go. My girlfriend and I are doing a playthrough at the moment together, and honestly, front runner for Game of the Year. Now, if you've watched my channel before, you know that I loved Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and that is still currently my Game of the Year. However, when it comes to ticking all the boxes and being creative with original ideas, Expedition 33 is doing an outstanding job. It is astonishingly good. I was nearly in tears by the end of the prologue. From the beautiful soundtrack, the astonishing landscapes, and incredibly fun and intuitive turn-based combat that actually has some really unique real-time mechanics to it. Expedition 33 is a wonderful, wonderful example of letting a creative vision flow and not hindering it with business or corporate speak, microtransactions, or meeting some quota. This is a game that was made by a team of 30 or 40 devs, some of which used to work for Ubisoft, which is just so cool, by the way, that such a relatively small team for what kind of game it is and the quality of it was able to accomplish. Kudos to you guys at Sandfall Interactive, because my goodness, you've knocked it out of the park with this one. Now, if you don't know what Expedition 33 is, I'll give you the quick premise instead of just berating it with compliments. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 takes place in a dark fantasy French setting. Every year for the past 67 years, the people of the isolated island of Lumiere suffer an event called the Gommage, where a goddess called the Paintress paints an ever-decreasing number, and all humans with an age above that number disappear. Every year after the Gommage, Lumiere sends an expedition of volunteers to head to the mainland in an effort to slay the Paintress before she can paint a new number. Expedition 33 is the latest to set out on that journey. So already, very unique premise. The idea of a mysterious goddess painting a number and then all the people above that age dying is a crazy premise for a video game, but it works so well. Within the first hour of this game, it sets the stakes straight away. It starts out with a gommage. You experience firsthand what these people have been going through for the past 67 years, and it translates so well. You feel every emotion because the soundtrack by Laurien Testard, I'm sorry if I butchered that name, but phenomenal job. The soundtrack for this game is phenomenal. It is so good, and it's also quite unique in its own way. Some of the combat music in a later area called the Flying Waters was not what I was expecting, but my girlfriend and I were jamming along.
Chroma is flowing.
And honestly, I feel a little bad because obviously Oblivion Remastered just shadow dropped out of nowhere, sort of. We kind of knew about it. It's the worst kept secret in the gaming industry at the moment. But it's kind of overshadowed what is potentially a Game of the Year. Like I said, the marketing wasn't really all there for Expedition 33. It was very much word of mouth that I heard about this game. Everyone was raving about it with its ratings. It's actually the highest rated game of the year. What an achievement. In a year that has already seen Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Split Fiction, Monster Hunter Wilds, Blueprints, which is another game that's come out recently that's doing incredibly well, and you should also check out if puzzle games are your thing. We've had Assassin's Creed Shadows as well, which, if you ignore all the controversy surrounding it, is actually quite a good game. It's not exactly a front runner for Game of the Year, but it is a decent game, and it's obviously a very big franchise that has done incredibly well. And then out of nowhere, we kind of get this new IP from a brand new studio, and they create a masterpiece. And I think it needs to be talked about more. It needs to be celebrated, which is why I'm making this video, because honestly, Honestly, I was planning on waiting to get this game, but I just kept hearing so many good things about it that I just couldn't wait. And I wanted to play it and then be able to give my opinion on it and to see if it really was as good as the hype was saying. And it is, if not more so. If a turn-based RPG like Persona or Metaphor, the old school Final Fantasy games, anything like that is your fancy, this game is right up your alley. This game is one of the best games in that genre. The combat is obviously turn-based, but it has very unique mechanics, like quick time events to sort of do more damage during certain attacks, and you can dodge and parry attacks as well as jump them later on in the game. For me, I really enjoyed this mechanic. Rather than sort of going turn by turn, taking hits, giving hits, it adds that sort of extra flair to keep you occupied when it's not your turn. And perhaps for the traditional turn-based RPG player, this might be a bit jarring to get used to begin with. It's almost Dark Souls-like in terms of you have to get the timing right, and it adds an extra layer of difficulty to the combat. But personally, I found it incredibly fun. The art style is fantastic. The game looks gorgeous, and the story is incredibly gripping. The characters are so well written. The dialogue was what jumped out to me instantly. It was so well done. The acting in this game, oh my god, the acting. Guys, they got an A-list cast for this game. They have Charlie Cox as Gustav.
You know, hobbies don't always have to be useful.
Andy Serkis as the antagonist, who I won't spoil. Verso, played by Ben Starr, who I haven't actually met in the game yet. Monaco, played by Rich Giebel. Mael, played by Jennifer English, who you might know from Baldur's Gate 3. She played Shadowheart.
You still got a flower to give, no?
Charlene Nix, who plays Ciel.
Tomorrow comes, but it ain't here yet.
Kirsty Ryder, who plays Luna.
We designed it to yield the optimal result in the vast majority of situations.
And that doesn't include the plethora of other actors that are in this, including the guys that actually did the mocap. There's different actors. Ben Starr and such only lended their voices to the characters. They didn't actually do the mocap. But you can just tell that the writing of this game and the acting that goes along with it, the line reads and everything is top notch, and it just elevates what is already a solid gameplay experience. It just adds an extra layer. When a story really hits, when the dialogue hits, when the writing and the voice acting is phenomenal, and the cutscenes are just works of art, it elevates a game. And this game, I can't stress enough, it's an absolute masterpiece. If you've read the hype on this game, if you have seen the scores it is getting, and it is getting astonishingly good scores, believe them, because it is fantastic. And like I said, it's just unfortunate that Oblivion Remastered came out around the same time that this game was releasing, because I feel like there's a big attention on Oblivion Remastered. It took my attention. I've already made a video on Oblivion if you want to go check that out. It's the last video I did. And I'm still playing Oblivion. I'm still very excited to be replaying Oblivion after so many years of waiting for something like a remaster. But I'm so glad I bought into the hype of Expedition 33 as well, because this game is a must not miss game. You cannot miss this game. If you love story in video games, if you love RPGs, especially if you love that Persona Metaphor style gameplay, please pick this up. Please spread the word of how good it is. I really want to see these guys succeed, because they deserve to succeed. You can see the absolute passion they've poured into this project, and to come from such a relatively small team in the grand scheme of things, just applause, absolute applause for Sandfall Interactive. You guys have crushed this, and I can't wait to play more. To quote Ben Starr, who was speaking about the game and Sandfall Interactive, this is a game made by people who care about the people they're making it for. And this oozes that very quote. This game is so good. It's so good, guys. Please go pick it up. I'll probably do a couple more videos on this game. Maybe I'll talk about various mechanics and stuff that I love from this. But I just wanted to contribute to the word of mouth marketing, I guess, because I want to see this game succeed. And speaking of word of mouth, let me know in the comments down below if you've played Expedition 33 yet, or if you're interested in playing it. What do you guys think of the game? Are you enjoying it? Are you yet to pick it up? Has it piqued your interest? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more content like this. Gaming is just in such a good spot right now. There's so many good games coming out, and I love that I just get to make videos like this. So subscribe if you want to see more. Become a member today if you want to support me in another way. You get the extra videos and live streams. And thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.